Okay. We're going to get started. The class is called Splitting a PDF, but it truly is a way for you to bring in any document that has been emailed to you without having to download it to your computer and then bring it into Dotloop. You can bring it directly from your email into the Dotloop system.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So that's what I'm about to show you today. So a little background, what I did here was I created the paperwork, and for our purposes today, we're pretending that I went in and opened them all up and put all the information in. I then went and printed it all out. So here it is all printed out. Mine are blank, okay? So it's printed all out. At this point, you would have taken it to your client. They will have hand signed it. So now you have all signatures on there. And this is the point where you need to get it back into the system to turn it into the office.
So we're assuming that this is not done electronically on both sides.
Right.
Okay.
Okay? Because electronically, the system is keeping it in here for you, and it keeps the most updated pieces for you in here. Okay? So yes, this would be mostly for those pieces that were you hand signing it, clients were hand signing it in front of you, no electronic signing being done. Or even, like I said, this can also be used, the first part of this, before we get to the splitting PDF, that bringing from email into it can be used anytime you get a document that was emailed to you or that you scanned into your email, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to let, so here we are. I've gone ahead and I have emailed it to I took it to the printer and I scanned the whole piece to myself. Okay. Now, I didn't think ahead really. I just took it the same way that it printed out and I sent it into the printer. One thing that you could do is if you'd like to put all the multiple page pieces up front, and then you could go ahead and leave those the single pieces at the back. It only makes it slightly easier, not a really big deal at all.
Yeah, I thought the idea was to take each section and scan it separately.
Right, and that's what we're avoiding now.
Okay.
Because now the system is going to do that for you.
Oh.
Yes, that's where we're at right now. What's up, dude?
I was just looking for a pen. I wanted to see what it was. I didn't know if it was something I needed to.
Sure.
But it is.
You take that one.
Thank you. No, it's just patient.
Steal another one here. Okay.
Wow, this is a good one.
And what I was telling the ladies was that the first part of this can be used for any time you have a document emailed to you that you want to bring into the loop.
Okay.
Before the splitting piece, it can even be one piece. The last page of the seller's disclosure that they forgot to initial. If that's the piece that you sent to them, you get it back as an email. Then from the email, you can bring it into the loop. You don't have to then download it to your computer and bring it in from the computer. So this will save that.
You take email into that?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. So the background that I gave them, Deb, was that I have, we're pretending that I've already gone into all the forms.
Okay.
I put all my information in. I printed this all out and took it to my clients so that we could have them hand sign it. Now we've got all the executed forms that we've got to get back into the system to send off to the office.
Okay.
So that's the background.
Okay.
So what I did was I took my entire packet. Now for me today, like I said, I took the entire packet the way it printed out for me and I put it right back in the scanner and I scanned it to myself. So I'm going to show you that by going to my email over here, and here it is. I didn't even name it. I just named it. I just opened it up here. So this is my scanned image. You're going to show me the picture here? No, you're not going to show me the picture. What we're going to do now is, instead of getting it from your computer, we're not getting it from the templates, we're going to get it from the email. So I click on the email button and it opens up this link. So you've got a link right here, okay? What we do is we click on it, which highlights it. I right click it to copy it. Now I go back to where that email is. Okay, I'm in my email. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward that email.
But first you have to do it in Dotloop to get it ready for it?
Yes, you only had to, I only had to get the link from Dotloop.
Okay, okay.
Now I come back over here and I had to go to, I'm gonna forward it because I want to send the paperwork to the loop we were just in. So down here, do you see how the to box has opened up?
Yeah.
This is where I'm gonna paste that link. I'm going to right click and paste in that link.
Oh, so when you hit it, you copied it. Oh, that's right. You
When
did
I,
say copied
yes,
it.
when
Yes,
I opened
you
it
did say
in the
that.
Dotloop, I copied it.
Okay.
And basically you can see here, the split PDF class and today's date is the exact loop that I was in when I opened up that link.
Right.
It is my split PDF class.
Okay.
You folks will be using an address, okay? So it's gonna say the address there, so you know that we're sending it to here.
Right.
So all I do is go back to my email. I don't have to do anything down in here. I'm just gonna hit send. And off it goes. There will be a pop-up message that's probably gonna tell me that your message has been sent to a loop. Okay. That was just my paperwork that I had opened. Now, it hasn't shown up here yet. Sometimes I'm impatient. That's why I'm gonna talk a little bit here.
Okay.
You have to give it a moment to come over.
It has to go to outer space.
And
yeah.
right, exactly. It's
the
out in the
cloud.
cyberspace world right now. And I'm gonna refresh my page. And now you'll see the PDF has
We
shown
have to
up.
refresh, right?
You do have to refresh your page. That is in your notes there, I believe.
Okay, good.
So there it is right now. There's the PDF. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if this was just a single piece that you were bringing in, say it was the lockbox authorization that you never got signed, that the office requires you to get. So let's say that was just the one piece. I know that I scanned that one piece in here. I could just come right in here and I could use the drop down arrow over here, just rename it and call it lockbox authorization. Okay? That would be bringing just a piece in from your, what I'm gonna show you now is how to take that whole entire packet and split it off into the different sections. Okay? This will eliminate you having to go to the printer and say, okay, here's my one-page checklist, here's my two-page consumer notice, here's the seller's
just wanna put
disclosure.
them in separate.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Okay? So here is where we're going to open it up. And at this point is where we're going to scan through
Should turn the air on.
the PDF.
No, thank you.
This is the only time that you have to take some,
Notes.
not for you,
Oh.
but when you're doing this, you will be jotting notes down. So I'm gonna take a piece of scrap paper, and here's where I'm gonna say, okay, page 1 is my listing checklist. Well, you know what? I really didn't even mean to bring that in here because I'm gonna use the one that's in here and just put my check marks on there. So this one is actually going to be, I'm gonna mark it trash. And that's page 1 to 1. So all I'm doing is making a note, trash page 1. Coming down here, you can see the numbers are showing up on the right-hand side there. So page 2 is the seller's authorization. Page 2. We know that's a one-page thing. Here's our vacant house addendum. That's page 3. Coming down here, page 4, the listing contract is pages 4 to 9. Okay, 10 is our lead paint disclosure. Page 11 is the seller's disclosure, so that's 11. To 20. Then we have the lockbox authorization. That's page 21. My consumer notice is 22 to 23. And then I have the seller's estimated cost. That's page 24. And the affiliated business is page 25, okay? And that's the end of the scan. So now I go to my notes over here, and I count how many sections I group them out to. The maximum groups you can separate any PDF out at one time is 10 groups. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. If there was 11 of them, then I would have just doubled something up. Perhaps the lead-based paint and the seller's disclosure could have been one, and you would just label it that way, and that's fine with the office, okay? But we have our maximum here, including that trash one. That is one of the separations, okay? Now we come up to the more up here in the top right corner. Under that more tab, way at the bottom, second from the bottom, we have split document. We click split document, and we have to tell it how many splits do you want. So we're going to do the maximum, 10 splits. Now you can see it has populated out the 10 splits. The reason I had to do my little notes over here is because I need to then tell the system how to break it down. How do I want these 10 pieces grouped?
It just made an assumption right here.
Right.
Exactly. It just jumped in here and said, all right, this sounds good, so let's give it a go, okay? Do your page numbers first, because if you try to type the file name and then jump over to here, it's going to erase that out of there anyway. You're gonna have to do it again anyway. So it's page numbers first, then name it. So for my example, it was page 1 to 1, and I'm just calling that one trash. On mine, it was pages 2 to 2, and that is the seller's authorization. Page 3 to 3 is the vacant house addendum. Pages 4 to 9 is the listing contract. Oops, I can spell listing right. The next one here I have is the page 9. I'm sorry, page 10. Page 10 to 10 is
Did you miss one? The vacant house and then you skipped.
Oh, I forgot to name it, didn't I? That was the listing contract. Thank you. Sometimes my fingers are working faster than the brain. Bless you. Okay.
I was going to sneeze again.
No, I'm sorry I laughed, but that's okay.
I'm waiting for the second one.
My husband sneezes like 10 in a row. I'm so used to it.
I like
Okay.
these little soft ones. It's those big ones that make you jump.
So 10 to 10 was the lead-based paint.
Sometimes I think I don't mind putting it in each section.
Yeah, I'm scanning it. Okay. I'm not sure. Is this faster?
You're gonna see, it really truly is.
Yeah.
Well, then you know what, you're not hogging up the
Scanner.
11
scanner.
to 20
I
is
think that's
your
what it's about.
seller's disclosure. 21 to 21 is the lock box authorization. 22 to 23. Come on. 22 to 20. What are you doing to me here? Oh, that's what it is. It didn't want to do that. 22 to 23 is the consumer notice. Tracy, down.
Oh.
24 to 24 is the seller's authorization. If I could spell right today. And 25 to 25 was the affiliated business. You don't even really need to write everything out because we all know that Barb knows what she's looking for, what the office is looking for. So all I had to do was go through the 25. I click split document, and what it's going to do now is get rid of that PDF. It's going to archive the PDF, and it's going to place all of these in there. So it's telling you in the yellow box that it has archived this one, And as we go back to the loop, it will then have everything split out for you.
How about the ones that were in there without the signatures?
Right. Good.
Okay, so
So,
then you just archive.
What I'm going to do is take all of these guys. And archive them.
Okay.
I'm also going to archive this trash one. And I'm going to move my checklist to the top. So now I can open up my checklist. And this is where you would have come in and say, okay, I've got this in here, this is in here, this is in here. You can then, so let's say you get down here to number 7 and you go, oh, forgot to get that MLS sheet signed, okay? That would be one of those examples where you would most likely email it off to your clients, even if they just say, look, it's been approved, okay? Or if you scan it in as a PDF, you can then add in an initial box and just have them initial box it and send it over to them and they can electronically sign that. That would then just show up in here as part of the loop.
We would do
and
that
then
the
you can
normal
check
way.
that.
We would do that the normal way. Have them email it back to us and then just,
Or she's just saying, just DocuSign it.
You can either DocuSign it,
Yeah.
or if you take the printout of your MLS, scan it into the system,
right.
bring it in here, because when you scan, it is a PDF. As soon as you bring any kind of a PDF, let me just save here and jump back. As soon as you bring any kind of a PDF in, so let's say this box authorization, I'm going to open that one up. Okay, it is a PDF. Anytime you do that as a PDF, you now have add initials. So you can bring in that MLS sheet, add the initials, and then send it off electronically to them, kind of thing, okay? But that truly is all you need to do. We now have all the forms in here. You just continue with submit for review, send it off to the office. Now, of course, I didn't put my address in. You'd have to put the address in, and then you would just go ahead and submit it off to the office. But that really, truly, once you get used to it,
That's what
you
it
know,
is,
it's going
yeah.
to take you 2-3 minutes to do what, you know, typically you'd have to walk over to the scanner, spend 2 to 3 minutes to get it into the system,
Right.
bring it out to your computer. It would take you probably, I'd say, another 5-10 minutes to open each one up separately, save it on your computer, then go into Dotloop, and then bring it in from your computer into the system. So this is just one more step that should hopefully, when you practice it, and I would say go ahead and do a practice one just like I did this one, call it splitting PDF practice, whatever you want to call it, and then you'll see how easy it is, okay? But the whole idea to remember is that now when you add from a document, you're bringing it in from the email, you get the link, you copy it, and then paste it in when you forward that download into the loop. And don't panic if it doesn't show up immediately, because the first time I did class together, I said, wait a minute, it worked for me in my office, how come it's not working now? Just give it a moment, refresh the page. You always have to refresh the page. Just don't refresh the page too soon, because you're gonna panic when you don't see it there, like I did the first time. And the next thing you know, give it a couple more seconds, boom, it's there, and then it's just splitting it off. Now, ours was extensive because I had everything, because I just scanned it in. You know, 9 times out of 10, the seller's disclosure is not going to be in there, because you need to pick that up from them in a week or 3 weeks or a month or whatever it takes to get it back to you, kind of a thing. Or if they could then scan that back to you, if they have that capability of just scanning you the one they complete, you can just bring in that one piece from your email into here without having to download it onto the computer. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay? Practice it. When you practice it a couple times, it will become easy. So I really do need to change my paperwork. Instead of it just being splitting PDF class, I'm going to put in parentheses and say, or just bringing a document from your email, because really you follow the same steps for that. You're just going to follow steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 to 5 when you get it in there. But instead of having to split it out, you're just going to say, oh yeah, this was the seller's disclosure I just brought in. You would just go in and rename it instead of opening it up to split it. Okay?
That was good.
Thank you, ladies.
That was
Thanks
very
for
good.
coming.
Very good.
Appreciate it.
Sharon, can I ask you, I just got a whole line of writing to you. Oh, I don't know if you have to. DocuSign.